is the sentencing. When we have
Privilege hits a brick wall with the Alex Merdaugh case.
TV, after all these convictions, there's a thing called a victim impact statement, where it's usually the family members of the victim or victims have an opportunity to speak, and oftentimes they want to address the killer directly. Buster Merdaugh, what does he do tomorrow? How does he sleep tonight? What do you think about the family? This young man.
Agreed. There were times early on when he was getting beat up over some things that, like taking pictures of him tailgating or something, like, what's the kid supposed to do, right? Never, ever go out again? It's going to be hard for him for a while, right? I mean, there's still people that are going to invade his privacy or think that he's part of this Murder Incorporated, which is not the case. And Alec Merdaugh did this, right? Alec Merdaugh was the murderer. Buster happens to be the sole remaining son. Let's give him some grace in this situation.
I mean, it was his mother who was hunted down, shot, and killed by his father, but it was his mother, his brother.
And we were tight too, right? I mean, yeah.
And you talk about, he's a young man. He's got the rest of his life to live. He's going to start a family. There's going to be, what's he going to tell his kids about their grandfather? What's he going to tell them about their grandmother? What are you going to tell them about Uncle Paul? How do you handle that?
How do you handle it every time you get a table and you say, I'm Buster Merdaugh? Yeah. How do you, when you go back, you're supposed to go back to law school, you say, I'm Buster Merdaugh. I mean, and it's going to be hanging there.
And, also people say, well, maybe you can just move. You can start your life somewhere else.
So I haven't heard he's been found guilty on 4 counts. 2 possession of firearms, 2 counts of murder.
What do you think he's going to do tomorrow? What do you think Buster does tomorrow?
Basically.
I have a feeling
So that's a life sentence, especially at his age. He's done.
May have caught at the end there when Elliot got handcuffed and turned around and mouthed the Buster.
Of course, his only long shot is a appeal that goes through, which is a very highly unlikely situation. So this is it. Final. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, final sentencing. Found guilty tonight. All counts.
And we heard those phone calls.
About 9:30 they'll come in the court, 10 a.m. They will walk in the doors. And about 10:30 they will start talking. 10:30. There's Merdaugh going back to the cell. That's the courthouse cells. Right behind the courthouse doors, inside the courtroom. He'll get on the county bus and go up the county, probably, then up the state. After they get a room for him or a bed for him, he'll have a nice bed. Living nice, probably, but you never know. The privilege hits a brick wall. Well, if you throw all that shit up there, he did, of course it's going to hit a brick wall eventually. He was breaking the law, stealing money from everybody he knew and didn't know. Heavy drugs, and killing family and people. There was no breaks for him. Privilege hits a brick wall. That's what stopped him, was a brick wall. Privilege hits a brick wall.
They were, with everything else going on.
100 years the Merdaugh family's been somewhat in a very powerful position in South Carolina as far as attorneys and powerful law firms and special status for lawyers and stuff like that. It's crazy. Now it's going to be up to his son right here, or not, to build the name back up. What will happen?
I think what happens tomorrow, you said he probably won't speak. I think I agree with you.
It's on the young boy's shoulders, and it's not going to be easy.
Say, Buster wanted, or maybe he does speak. There is, the judge has.
Good-looking young lad. He needs to go ahead and just take it easy. Hopefully, he'll get some people around him that can help him out with counseling.
He could be sentenced to 30 years minimum. life maximum.
Pretty hard for him right there.
This
He's
crime,
lost
you get the maximum,
mom,
right? And
brother,
the
right,
trail,
and
you pick
father
up
now.
something,
All
you
kinds of
down,
people are
the way you
disappearing.
did it. I think
Forever.
you get the maximum, but maybe he speaks up to see if his father could get something less.
All right.
Well, what's the upside to talking, right? Yeah, not really.
Stay tuned. South Carolina Court TV Law. Alex Merdaugh case.